So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears.
The kickoff for Chicago.
Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's first and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And a good gain here. 11 yards it looks like. That's going to pick up a first.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's the dream scenario to any contest. And runs like that gets the ball rolling.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Devon Dexter escorted him to the ground.
Well, that's a tough one because you can see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's just give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Murray setting up to throw. Hopkinson reels it in. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. That hit got there quickly.
It's just kind of the type of play why you name a position like this tight end. Because it's going to be tight throws in the contested windows, and you got to get the job done with people all around you.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Kyler looking to throw. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. At the 20. It's a Minnesota touchdown. Finding themselves in the end zone right away here as we begin week 2, Brock, and they keep this up. They're going to find themselves with a 2-0 record as well.
And that's a good place, right? We know this in the annals of history in the NFL. Teams who begin the season 2-0, they go on to make the playoffs right around 70% of the time. That's the way you want to start.
Don't get you dropping knowledge. Set to kick this away. Here's Thomas on the return. Things going well so far. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. Out of the pistol, Williams. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he's going to be stopped before the marker, but nice job. 9 yards on that catch and run, Brock. It's 3rd and short. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Williams to throw on 3rd. And that's incomplete, so the defense forces 4th down. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
Their own 11-yard line.
Minnesota in the formation. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, goes to begin the drive. He stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. Nice run there on 1st down, Brock. Now his defense a little vulnerable ahead of his 2nd down play.
Sure is, and just kind of sets the table. Everything in that playbook is open to you. If you want to be aggressive, right now might not be a bad time.
Now Kyler escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. He's going to be taken out after a gain of 5. It's going to be a Minnesota 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You want to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
All set now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. He's got to gain a 6 there. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice gain.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust, right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Throwing on 2nd, Murray. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Ooh, boy, that play action nearly backfired right there, Brock. Took a little bit too much time to set it up and some quick thinking at the end there to get that throw away as the hit arrived.
Yeah, that's really well said, because, you could feel sometimes the quarterback on drop back, the timing.
Yeah.
Play action, sometimes it gets a little hairy. That was pretty savvy of him to find an incompletion.
Murray to throw here on 3rd. That one's tipped and intercepted. And the Bears take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Eyes closed and my heart open, just to get this off my chest and let my heart broken. Seeing how goofies will move for the green, saying we on the same team, but what do that mean? Why build a bridge just to watch set it ablaze? Don't get me heated, ain't no way to control the inferno. Feel the spirit of prodigy, I've been keeping it thorough. I'd rather do it by my lonely than fake.
Just a yard on that catch, so 2nd and 9 coming up. To throw, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Think it's a shame these kids ain't seen no freakniks. You see how they all come into wild weekends.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. The Vikings have played to an early lead. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They've got 3rd down well inside field goal range. To throw is Williams. Pass brought in by Burden. He'll have the 1st down and even more. Toward the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown Bears. Luther Burden, the 2nd score that he has brought in this season. Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. That ties things at 7. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fields this one at the 3. They'll have a long field ahead of him, partners. He's wrapped up shy of the 15.
1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw. Murray. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. Some nice work here as he pushes forward for 20 plus the 1st.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Vikings.
From the gun, Jones gets it. Dropped by the 1st guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 34-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Kyler throwing here. And he throws it quick, but what a pass rush that was. Able to hit him on the release anyway and break that up. Third down now after that incompletion. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there will be more interceptions.
To the air on 3rd and long. Challenging double coverage, and they don't get through. Throw made it, and the contact breaks up the catch. It was 4th down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Johnny Hecker, the one to send it away. Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Here's Williams. And the hit's going to separate him from that football. Incomplete. Not surprising to find a defender in the area there over the middle challenging that one, partner. It's 2nd down. First play of the drive, Brock, you always tell me this, always the start of a new battle, and the defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable 3rd down after lack of execution on 1st.
On 2nd down, Williams. This one also in and out of the hands. Incomplete. This time, though, a hit assisting in the breakup of that would-be catch. That means it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Now Williams. Connects downfield, on target to Burton. And that one did some damage as he's finally hauled down. A gain of about 24. First down coming up.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Williams will look to throw. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Williams set to pass. Finds him on the crossing route. Oh, that one did some damage as he's finally hauled down. A gain of about 24. First down coming up.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 for Williams. Now it's 6 completions in his first 10 attempts in this game. They'll toss it to Johnson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple yards there.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Williams to throw. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, but you couldn't do it.
And off his hands and incomplete. So that drop means they failed to convert on 3rd down.
Results in a 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. Santos' kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20.
35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Murray. Lays out left side and gets it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Jennings. A gain of 14. And the Vikings.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More from Soldier Field after this. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Now Murray. Gets everything he has under this one. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for 2nd.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Murray. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 now for Kyler. And he's completed just half of his first 10 passes so far, following that last play. He's going to throw it again. Completed left side there to Jennings. There's the hit. They're going to force him out of play with a gain of about 12. And that's going to give the Vikings a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. give up the middle to Jones. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it can be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Kyler looking to throw. He gets it away, but almost no power behind it. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Down at 4 now. This is the 7th play of this drive. Here's Kyler to throw. Pass brought in by Jennings. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection. Set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Jones. And he is across. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones. That's his 2nd of the year. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Thomas on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Now here's Williams. Fits it through the middle. He's down as that play goes for 26 big ones. That's good for the 1st down. The Bears decide to call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, Williams to throw. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw, Williams. Buys time, rolling right. He finds a Dunze downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! Santos now for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. Lead now up to a field goal.
Bears 17, Vikings 14. Santos to kick off.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. This return starts at the 5. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And he's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
A 7-yard pickup.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Swift gets it on the pitch. They stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got 3rd and very short coming up.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Toss play, Swift. And they're going to bring him down, but 8 was enough. They got what they needed. First down coming.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. I'm looking for that to be called again.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. They're going to run here. Kyle Monunga. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Williams to throw on second. He set up the screen here to Swift. Down to the 44-yard line as he nearly picks up the first.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Third and a lone yard coming up. And they'll pitch it out to him. He stops here, gain of about 7. And that's going to give the Bears the first down.
A lot of times when we'll see defenses get so overcommitted to defending that inside run, they're vulnerable to the outside toss. And that's when things open up, and you can reset those downs.
We've set it downs from 37. They pitch it to him. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
All right, here we go. Second down. To throw is Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get about 3 here. Almost all of it on the catch. The defense was there immediately.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
On third down, Vikings sending out 6 DBs for the dime set. Here's Williams. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Third down, Brock. You knew that pressure was coming, and sure looked like he was lucky to even get a throw away on that play.
That rush was coming to flat out end that drive.
Yeah.
And it did.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Jones. And they're in there to take him down after a gain of 12. And that is a Vikings first down.
We see it and hear it all the time. For receivers, their favorite moment is just to go up over a DB and make a play. And for these running backs, there is nothing that beats slamming right through a tackle and getting that first down.
First down now, ball at the 33. Jones once more. Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Now Kyler. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Kyler throwing here. And instead of a receiver, that one finds the grounds. Incomplete. It's 2nd down. Well, this just hasn't been the game they've wanted score-wise, Brock, but it has them as a result of that feeling like they've got to keep putting it up and taking chances here till the end.
And I'd say, Kate, right there, that was the kind of chance. When you get a one-on-one, you've got to find a way to win it, but this defense has been doing their job.
Working on 2nd down. Murray. Caught as he works it inside the 40. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
All set to go now from the 35. Play action now. Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. They were on him right off the snap. And that hit altered the throw. That brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Murray looking to throw. Running left side by Jefferson. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. Justin Jefferson. First return scored. Now he's got a receiving one, too. The touchdown brought it even, and this try can give them a 4th quarter lead. And he comes through, and they've got the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Bears 20.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Thomas on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. I don't know if they're going to get to him. And the tackle saves a touchdown, but they still take over inside the red zone.
Kid, I know what you were waiting for and what I was waiting for, and that was that official to raise his hand. I think we all assumed that was going to be taken to the house. It wasn't, but it could be in pretty short order because this offense now set up for some serious success.
The return couldn't quite finish it off, Brock, but the offense sure can as they begin here 1st and goal. Play clock getting close to 0. We get a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. If only every drive could start like this, right, partner? 1st and goal to begin this one. They'll try to run it with Swift. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
it's second and goal from the 1. They pitch it out to him here. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. Kyle Manungai getting in the lone yard that they needed. Santos now for the extra point. Sent right down the middle and good. Their lead now stands at 6.
The score, Bears 27, Vikings 21. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return starts at the 3. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. I'll start with a give to Jones. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Murray from the pistol. He's in trouble. He's not going to get away from this. He's running at the 10. Montez Sweat. And he's got 1 now, coming off that 4-sack game and player of the week honors last week.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Murray. Put the body on the line for his team. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and converts on 3rd and 17. Well, that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop 1.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. We send a man in motion. And they're not going to have time for another play here. We've reached our 2-minute warning. Vikings trail by 6. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Now Murray on the play fake. Forced out to his right. Connects with his receiver. It's a big gain, 19 yards as they finally take him down. And that's going to be a Minnesota 1st down.
You want to know what keeps most of these defensive coordinators up during game week and preparation, Kate? It's just plays like that. It's quarterbacks being able to extend the play and put so much doubt into that defense and that defensive coordinator too.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted.
It sure is easier for those other 10 guys, Kate, out there to play with some confidence, knowing if they do their job and that quarterback throws it his way, he's going to make them pay. He took 3 away last year. That's his first this season.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Now it's Monunga. And they'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They're going to pass it here. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And he's out of bounds, and the clock's going to stop, Rock, but the celebration begins. That gets them the first and wins them this ball game.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up 1st downs and keep the drive on schedule.
New set of downs from 37. Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And that run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
That's some running over there, Cade, that's going to get some love from his coaches. Maybe some fist pounds, too. Nothing flashy. Just trust your keys, run behind your pads, and get what's there.
Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running for it, it's Swift. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And he's finally taken down the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on the play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch, too.
So the Bears come away with the win. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. With Brock Hewitt and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.